Fuck it.
All right, this is our first live stream pod ever. By the way, ever. Normally do this offline. We got client. Let me full screen this.
No, so I'm the first. I'm your first.
Yeah.
Come on, chat. You hear that, chat? No, I'm not using 480p.
This is crazy, y'all. All right. So just want to probably start from the get. Like, how did you start? Why don't you keep the background? Why are you changing the background?
Wait, all right.
So how did your career start, and like what was like, kind of explain to us like the background.
Okay, so basically, like since the first day, this was like, so I started playing in 2.0. Like I'm talking like 2020. I think it was like 2020. It was just out of high school. I was watching RP. Actually, listen, I'm not gonna no glaze, but I used to watch Rami. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, everybody knows this.
Yeah.
I used to watch Rami just because he was brain dead and it was funny, and that's what kind of got me hooked. So then I started role playing on like public servers. I went from public servers, right?
Yeah.
And then one day, I just didn't think I could be a part of No Pixel, and then I kind of gave it a shot. You know what I mean? Like I applied, and I started playing. When I started playing, at first, it's when No Pixel was kind of popping. It was like 2.0, but it was still kind of popping, and it was a lot less players, so there was a bigger queue. So I would have to play at like 5 a.m. in the morning, right? And I kind of wanted to play like a dumb character. That's how I made Peanut. I just wanted to play like a dumbass, like just fucking like goofy character. So I made Peanut, and at first I used to hang out with this crew called some hobos and a crew called Arab Mafia. Some people might, if you've been watching RP for super long, you know what Arab Mafia is. And that's how I started, right? I sucked this hobo off in like a back gas station, and like that's the, when I first started, and it was just like I started creating like funny shit, and then people saw that, and then after people saw that, they started telling me to stream. Like I kept seeing comments, like anybody I interacted with, because I used to play offline. I didn't stream at all, right?
Yeah.
And I kept seeing comments like, yo, this guy should stream. Yo, this dude's funny. This guy should stream. This guy should stream. And then after seeing that for so long, after many months, that's when I first started streaming. And obviously at first, it was like 30 viewers, 40 viewers. This is for fun. Like I was just doing it, just to do it because people wanted me to do it. Not because I really cared or like I didn't think I could make any money or like a career or anything crazy out of it. It was just more like people wanted to see my perspective. So I started doing it. Then after that, that's kind of when like COVID hit.
Yeah.
Like a little bit after that. So then COVID hit. I was playing a little bit more. 3.0 hit. It was impossible to get into the server. Finally got into 3.0. I used to just roll around by myself, just doing random shit. I used to do random stuff, bro, like by myself, just random people.
Yeah.
Just like, those type of characters that you see that are always bouncing around, just that go to jail 24/7, that are just crackheads.
Yeah.
That's what I used to do. Right? And then after that is when I met Guy Jones.
Okay.
So I met Guy Jones. And we both did the same type of thing.
So this is still 2.0?
Yeah, no, this is 3.0 now. So I went from 2.0, I started playing towards the end of 2.0.
Okay.
It was kind of like the middle end, so it was already finished wrapping up, you know what I mean?
So
when
are,
I started
are
playing,
you still getting in like 5 a.m. or did you like get prio?
No. I think I got prio. No, I got prio in 3.0. I never got prio 2.0. So
Okay.
I was still like hopping on late, like weird times, you know what I mean? Like super late or super early or just. Wait, I'm not using my webcam mic, am I?
Is he?
No, I'm not. Don't listen to that. Anyways, so 3.0 is when I got prio. And the crazy thing is, they never gave me prio through like RP. I had to get people to vouch for me, like big streamers to vouch that I was a decent role player for them to finally give me roleplay. I mean, what's it called? Not roleplay. Prio.
So all the
You
stuff
know
you've
what I'm
been
saying?
doing, no one noticed.
Bro, nobody. Well, they not like the people, like viewers noticed and streamers noticed, but like admins, I don't know if it's, I don't know what it was. I don't know if I got like I was disliked or I don't know what it was, but I guess admins never saw me RP, so I had to give vouch. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. The people, there was certain people that vouched for me at first when I first, came up. It was Kyle. You know who Kyle is or no?
Kyle Pratt?
Yeah, Kyle Pred.
Yeah. Cool.
He was the first dude that like vouched for me, and I was able to get proud because of him. One of them, Spaceboy. You know Spaceboy?
Yeah.
Him too. Spaceboy is one of the coolest people in roleplay. But yeah, after 3.0, I started NBC. I started streaming more. I got linked up with Mandem. You remember Tommy T and stuff?
Yeah.
His community was one of the biggest supporters when I was streaming in 3.0. I'm not gonna lie, at first, right? So then I was just at this point I was still doing it for fun. Like I wasn't doing it like, oh, I'm gonna make this career.
UK viewers.
Yeah, I do have a bunch of UK viewers, and at first I had way more back then. They loved me. I don't know why. Just the people from Mandem, they loved me. I was doing this for fun, and then at one point I got burnt out. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm having fun. I'm making a little bit of money, but I'm getting burnt out. This is not a stable job. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't stable. So since I got burnt out, it wasn't stable. I was like, I gotta do something else. So then after
But why did you feel like it wasn't stable?
Well, because you know how Twitch is, right? If you're not a big streamer, you don't have to be a big streamer to earn a living on Twitch, but like, you have to obviously have like a stable amount of views and subs and like keep every month. Like it's not like a job, like a job is you get a set payment every month.
Yeah.
Most of the time it's the same payment. Like you know what you're getting, you know what you're earning every month. It was kind of like on and off. Like 1 month I'd do all right, but 1 month it'd be like nothing, or it was just all over the place. And I kind of wanted something more like stable, so I didn't have to worry about like, I didn't have to worry about anything like bills or whatever. So then I stopped playing. I got burnt out, and I started working IRL.
Yeah.
Like bouncing from jobs. I did like Amazon. I done like Amazon, like delivering packages.
How was
I didn't do that for long. That shit was ass, bro.
Bro, especially in Florida. Holy smokes.
You've been to Miami Beach, right?
Yeah.
Bro, I was doing it in Miami Beach, like full of people. Like it was terrible. It was a bad experience. It was hard. I'm not gonna lie. Working those type of jobs, I got some type of respect for people that do that.
Yeah.
Like I don't care who you are, bro. If you work McDonald's, Amazon, anything, any of those type of jobs, I got super respect because that shit is not easy. It's not as easy as people think.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So then
100%.
After doing those type of jobs, I did it for like a year, right? Then after 3.0, I had already stopped playing 3.0. I kind of left NBC with Guy Jones because we created NBC.
Yeah.
I left it because I got burnt out, so I didn't want to be a part of it anymore. I didn't even play anymore, so I was like, And then after I left, 4.0 came around. Then 4.0 is when I kind of started playing again while working. So I was working and playing.
Yeah.
I would come home from work. Or actually, no, what I would do is I would have TeamViewer and I would queue from work on my phone.
Yeah. That's what a lot of people used to do.
Yeah, everybody does, yeah. So I would queue from my phone and I would try to get in every day. Like, as soon as I tried to time it right, so when I got home, I would get in from work. So I started playing 4.0 again. I would get home after work. I would hop on RP. Offline, I wouldn't really stream, I don't think, at first. It was fun. I was doing shit with Rami. I think Rami was doing like, that's at the point that Rami, you remember when Rami was doing lawyer stuff or no?
Yeah.
It's at that point. So it's when Rami was doing lawyer stuff. I was kind of like his sidekick. I would be like a blind. You ever seen Daredevil?
Yeah.
You know that blind. He's like a blind lawyer. I was doing that type of stuff with Rami at first. Just messing around. I wasn't streaming anything. I was just having fun. Then I think you weren't around, right? Because you didn't have Prio at this point.
Didn't have Prio, no.
In CG. Yeah, you didn't have Prio. I think a lot of people weren't around because it was super hard to get in. So people weren't like trying to kind of thing. And at this point, I started hanging out with random people. Then I started hanging with Kay. because K didn't really. I feel like at the beginning of 4.0, he didn't hang out. Like everybody was doing their own thing.
Yeah.
Right. Like Rami was a lawyer. Vinny, I don't know what. I have no idea what Shots was doing on Vinny. I have no idea what he was doing. But he wasn't. He was barely around. He was doing his own thing too, and then K was doing his own like criminal thing, right? So then I started running around with K, and doing like stupid. Bro, you should see the video. It was funny. We were doing like shenanigans, like, we would ride around in a Prime, like car.
Yeah.
Like the packages one, and then he would back me up. Oh no, I would back him up into other people doing Prime packages because you could rob their packages.
Yeah.
I would lift the back of the Prime package. He would steal them from their truck without them noticing, and we would go and sell it and like make money, like doing some illegal stuff. Yeah, we would do shit like that, or we would do like just other random little stuff, like just random stuff with K. And then after I started streaming, I think, because people wanted me to same thing happened, right? Like, yo, this guy's so funny. Like, where's his POV? Like, I want to watch this POV. Like, why isn't he streaming? Like, what is he doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same thing again. That's what got me started. So then I started listening to people. I put my stream up again. I started streaming just for fun, so they could see my POV. And then I started doing well. You know what I mean? Like, I started doing really well. People really enjoyed it. They started dropping, you know, people were gifting subs, being generous. I had a good amount of viewers. K's community, Rami's, the boys, they all started like being nice, you know. Came over to my stream to support. After that, I got to a point where I kind of was making more money than my real job.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So I was already making more. I got to a point where people were like being so generous that they were supporting. But I was making more than my real job, so I was like, and the type of job that I had too that I was working, it wasn't like it wasn't a type of job where like I needed, like I don't know how to explain it, but I didn't need it. Like it wasn't. I used to work at this job selling like medical equipment. Yeah. And I worked in the purchasing department, so it wasn't anything crazy. It wasn't great money. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. It was not great money. And I got to a point where I was making more money than my real job. And at the job, I didn't hate the job, but it was just getting to a point where it's just, you know, working every day. You got to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. I got to drive 40 minutes to the job. The boss is on my dick 24/7. Like, it's just, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So I was like, fuck it, bro. I'm making more money than my real job. I'm just gonna take a shot. Like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm gonna see how this goes. So I quit my job. I told him, like, yo, like, I'm quitting, bro. Like, you know, I give my 2 weeks notice. And I quit. And then I gave full-time streaming a chance, and ever since I'm not gonna lie, it's probably been the greatest decision I've ever made. Yeah. 100%. And I don't regret it at all. If that's why I tell my stream, like, I don't know what I would be doing right now if I didn't stream. Yeah. Well, I'd probably be working on like computers and doing like IT stuff, but you know, it wouldn't be the same. Yeah, it wouldn't be the same. No freedom. Yeah. That's basically how I kind of went all over the place with the story. I'm not gonna lie, because it was a lot, but
no, it's interesting. It's an interesting journey. So it's kind of like you was on and off, and then you kind of just doubled down. So yeah, with the NBC thing, how long did that last? Like 6 months?
No, it was longer, I think. To be honest, a lot of this stuff is also like documented. There's like videos. There's videos of me in 2.0, 3.0, all of it. There's videos on YouTube. You can find this. But NBC, I think it was over a year. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. It was like start of 3.0, like kind of the beginning towards like the middle end. Yeah. 3.0. So it was like a year and a half, 2 years, maybe. Yeah, it was a good amount of time. Yeah.
So what would you say that like your wildest, like I guess what would you say your most memorable moment is in as far as your career, and like your worst
memorable moment?
I am shocked. Yeah.
I have the problem is it's kind of hard to pick just like one moment that was like, obviously there's a bunch of moments that are like fun but probably, honestly, when I joined CG, most memorable. Probably, or
W Glaze.
No. I mean, it's not even. I have a few. That's what I'm saying. Like I can't just pick one. Like that's one of them. There's obviously like also in 3.0 like with NBC. I mean NBC in the beginning like it was a blast.
Yeah.
So those I have a lot of moments with the NBC guys at the beginning of it. It was like the best at the beginning. It was a ton of fun. It's hard to pick one, but it was super fun at the beginning. I mean, just I don't know. It's like every day.
Every day.
You know what I mean? It's the freeway save. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, that was a good moment.
I noticed you're like very disciplined as far as like even your start times, like your even when you get off. Like how has that always been like a character trait with you, or is that something you have to
No, it
learn?
hasn't. No, basically, I'm gonna be honest with you. The reason I do that now, I didn't used to do that, but the reason I do that now is because I used to be not. I was the opposite. I was not disciplined. I would start stream at any time. I would not care. I would not do any like many hours. I was not disciplined before, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of made me get burnt out. I would be offline role playing like for too many hours. I would be bored. So I kind of burnt myself out doing that. So then it kind of like I taught myself like, yo, look, I'm getting burnt out. I'm not disciplined. What am I doing? So then now that's the reason why I try to do every day around the same amount of hours at the same time at the same everything to keep it in routine. Because when you have something in routine, it kind of puts into your normal. Like that's just your norm. Like that's your everyday thing. Like you wake up at this time, you do this, you go live at this time, you end around this time. Boom. That's it. That's just your everyday life. Yeah. When you do random stuff, it's like it's all over the place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's no like balance to it because you could go.
There's no balance.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like yeah, because I used to like whenever I would go live at random times, there's times where I get lazy. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go live at this time, or I don't want to do this.
Yeah.
So the discipline really helps you not get lazy. You know what I mean?
Okay. So for you, like as far as like what kind of goals do you have? Like, you know, I'm sure you've achieved a lot of them, but what's your future goals as far as you like being a streamer, RP wise, you know?
So one is 100,000 followers. Simple goal. Obviously, we're doing pretty good. I'm almost at 80,000. I just, you know, that's just one very simple one. Another one is I want to build a community where like they're willing. Obviously, so here's the thing, right? Everybody knows this. RP has a certain type of community that will mostly only watch you for RP a lot of times. Or like if you're a roleplay streamer, you know this, right? At least some of them or most of them. If you're a roleplay streamer and you switch to a different game or do something else, you're losing most of those viewers because they're only there to watch you roleplay, right?
Yeah.
One of my goals is to kind of change that in a way. Like not only do I want to be I will always be primarily a roleplay streamer, always, right? But I want to be able to branch out and do something else and still retain a good amount of my community.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
100%.
Still have a decent amount of viewers. I don't want to go from like, I'm just gonna throw random numbers, right? I don't want to like, let's say I get 500 average viewers in roleplay, and then I start playing this different game, and I'm like, 50 viewer Andy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, which you know, I mean, it happens. It is what it is, right? We all know this as streamers, but it kind of sucks. Yeah. And I want to do that. I want to build a community that will watch me do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Hutch has a good community like that.
Hutch, yeah, that's I was about to say that. Hutch has an amazing community. They'll watch him do anything.
Yeah.
He can play as a dinosaur. They'll be there watching his ass.
Crazy views playing dinosaur.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he gets even more.
Yeah.
So Sear's another one who branched out. It's hard, but Sear's another one that branched out from roleplay.
Yeah.
Well, Summit didn't come from roleplay. Yeah, like but what's it called? Yeah, that's one of my goals. I want to build a strong community.
Yeah, exactly. I think you have a good core audience, and I think you know, I don't think it would be too hard for you. It's just kind of like, you know, it's kind of like what you're saying. Like the routine is like, you know, getting them used to it. Like I notice you don't do GTA on Saturdays, but you'll do like scary games or whatever. So that's always good to, you know, get them seeing something else and, you know, kind of slowly building them into it, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it
That's yeah, that's
definitely
been the
is a
plan.
thing, yeah. Okay. So also you did like a big move in your life, you know? You went from Florida to California. How's that like affected your life? What's the transition like? You know.
Um, it's mostly just been like the times. You know what I mean? I've been getting. I have to get used to the times. Like before, I would wake up at like 9, go live at 11:30. I would finish around like 8. Basically, I had to adjust to that time by waking up even earlier. I wake up at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So I gotta wake up at 7 instead of 9 or 10. Honestly, it hasn't been that bad. It hasn't been that much different. It's just mostly the times. Just gotta get used to the times, but
Yeah.
got used to it pretty fast. Other than that, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, man. People said I was gonna hate Cali, but I love it.
You
I
love
love
it.
Cali. I love. It's really nice out here. It kind of reminds me of Florida too, like a lot of palm trees and like
Yeah.
sunny. The only problem is it's just expensive, bro. To be honest, it's
Yeah.
pretty expensive. Taxes.
Yeah, Cali's a little expensive, but Cali's beautiful though. It is beautiful.
No, it is nice,
Yeah.
especially if you go to the nice parts. It's very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
So wait,
But yeah, it's just taxes.
so wait till yeah, they were talking about taxes. Okay.
Yeah, the taxes is the problem. Yeah.
The main part of it, you're enjoying it and you're doing what you like, and that's you know, I would always say like, you know, blessed to be in a position to be able to, because you know you've seen both sides of the spectrum, right? Working the 9 to 5, and
Yeah.
you know, that's the same kind of story with Summit, right? He said Summit had a good story where he was working at a like a telemarketing place, a telephone place,
Yeah.
and he used to come home and stream, and then he said one thing that he went to his chat and was like, "Yo, man, like, sounded like if I could." He was about to quit streaming because he said he couldn't go on anymore. But he said, "Yo, if I could get like $500 to pay my rent, then I can quit my job." Because he said he's about to quit his job because he got into a fight with his boss, and he said he remembers the guy donated, I think it was 5,000 or 2,000. And he said that excelled his career because once you quit, you can put full time into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's actually whoever that was, he clutched for Summit. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, he did. Honestly,
clutch
it's
moment.
the interview we did. He remembers the guy's name and everything. Like he said that was like his pivot. So that guy gave
That's
him
fire.
$2,000 that could pay his rent and some bills, and he was good for that month. And then he did the whole month, and then boom, it was crazy for him.
I'm telling you, man. There's a lot of people. I'll say this: there's a lot of generous people on Twitch.
Yeah.
A lot of good people. I'm not gonna lie. I met a lot of really nice people. I have a lot of viewers that support a lot, and if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't be able to do this. You know what I'm saying? So
100%.
it's a lot of good people out there.
Doughboy. Yeah, they were saying Doughboy in the chat. They said,
Now, Doughboy's a good dude. Yeah, he's a good. I have a lot of them. I have a lot of them.
Doughboy even comes over here and drops too.
Look at this. I got sent this yesterday by a viewer.
Really?
So, you know, MJ. Shout out to MJ.
MJ.
You know Pereira. You watch UFC, right? You know who Pereira is, right? Pereira.
Yeah. No offer.
This is signed glove, authenticated.
Damn.
And he sent it. Yeah, I opened up a PO box, so that's kind of like a new segment I'm trying to do, like a PO box opening.
That's it.
And he sent that to me, and then Vega too. Vega sent me some like MREs and like they sent me a bunch of stuff yesterday. It was insane. But yeah, I have a nice community. I'm trying to do more stuff like that.
Yeah,
you should do that too, like a PO box.
I used to have a PO box, but I don't have it anymore. But that's actually that's W.
That's a good idea, yeah.
Damn,
But,
shout out MJ.
MJ and Vega, yeah.
So yeah, because you're into all that stuff. What you gonna like hang that stuff? Like put it in like a nice
I already bought a case for it.
Case,
yeah. So I'm gonna get a case. I mean, you could probably see the cards, right?
Yeah.
These are all UFC cards. I'm big into UFC.
Yeah.
Like really big. I try to watch every like every fight event. I try to watch all of them. I'm going to one in 20 days.
Like a live
Honestly,
one.
It's the Poirier versus Charles.
Okay.
I'm going to that one. And Honestly, I wish me and you went to the Miami one. I'm not gonna
Bro,
lie.
you said it
That
from
fight
before.
was fire,
We
but
should have went to. But bro, planning stuff with K is like.
no, it's not even K2. But bro, we were trying to go, and then Vinny was like, "Yo, I can hook you guys up with tickets. I got it. I got a guy.
Did say that.
I got a guy." And then Shot said that, and he's like, "I got a guy, this and that," and then nobody ever came through. No tickets, no nothing. You know what I'm saying? But I kind of regret not going with you, bro, because those fights were fire.
Yeah.
I feel like we would have had a great time.
No,
in Miami.
We should have.
We should have gone.
But I like that you're into the UFC shit because you're like you really know the stuff, and you definitely need to like explore that more and like show people that side of it. And I'm glad you're doing like the card shit, the glove shit, because it could turn into something good. You know, you got to do what you love.
Yeah.
It's like me with the IRL shit. I like doing the IRL shit. It's just fun.
Yeah, like podcasts and stuff.
Podcasts, you know, going out like me and Mateo did Top Goals.
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
you and Mateo. I see. Yeah. You should honestly. You should. That's what I'm saying. You see how I do scary games on Saturdays and Sundays? You should do like that little thing where you just have like every Saturday or every two Saturdays you like. You know what I mean?
That's what we're gonna be doing now. Like on Saturdays we just used to do reacts, but now he's down here. We're gonna do IRL Saturdays. So every Saturday.
Yeah.
And maybe turn it Saturday and Sunday, you know, and then it just becomes
to IRL streams. That'd be fire.
So we have a balance, you know. People might like that, and people do like the IRL stuff. They really fuck with it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But chat, do you got any questions? This is a live pod because in the YouTube comments they'd be like, "Oh, why didn't you ask him this?" Chat, do you guys got any questions for client?
I already know my viewers are gonna ask stupid shit.
Anything you guys want to ask him personally?
See what I'm saying? You see what I told you? Do you see what I'm saying?
Ask when you're gonna get a trim, headline reveal. Does client miss his mama and papa? That's a good one.
Yeah, I do. I miss him a lot. I've been speaking. I mean, I speak to him pretty often. That's the one thing that sucks about moving to Cali. I'm not gonna lie, I miss my family, because I was living with them. Like, hey, shout out to my mom and dad. They're like normally Latino. Like, I don't know if you. Obviously, you're not Latino, so like you have a different experience. But Latinos, a lot of times they kind of support you even when you're like, they don't kick you out. Listen, I know this is a sensitive subject for some people, but certain like ethnicities or races or whatever, you know, they have a point to where like, you know, you get kicked out or like they're like, yo, you gotta leave.
Yeah.
You know, at 18, 19, you're like, yo, you gotta go. Yeah. Latinos is kind of different. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that's why I love my family, because
they want you to stay forever.
Bro, they'd be okay if I stayed forever.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not gonna do that. I wouldn't do that, but they would be okay with it. My mom would be okay with it. My dad would be okay with it. They want me to stay. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
They want me to. If I lived with them my whole life, they'd be fine with it.
Yeah.
Which I love. I mean, obviously, everybody needs their own independence, but I feel like having a nice family value and like being close to your family is a good thing. Because at the end of the day, like, I feel like that's all you got. You know what I'm saying?
No, 100%. That is the Latino culture a lot. They're family oriented. They care about all that stuff. So, you know.
No, for sure. And yeah, it's very nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, baby. So yeah. So for you, it's definitely, you know, I guess you miss mom and pops.
Yeah, I miss them a lot, and I miss the food. I ain't gonna lie. Cuban food over there. There's Cuban places here, like I've had some in Cali, but it's not the same, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't hit the same as dad's cooking or mom's cooking.
Yeah, they got good Mexican food out in Cali, though.
Oh, no, they got amazing, it's fire.
Yeah.
I got Mexican food. I could step out, walk 2 minutes, and there's Mexican food right there, tacos.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's fire.
Chat, you got any more questions? W family, chat. They said, who cooks, you or Nikki?
So I think Rampage got one.
Rampage, where's Rampage? Oh, biggest culture shock for you being on the West Coast coming from the East Coast. That's actually a really good one.
That's a good one. The good thing. Okay, so here's the thing. I'm Latino.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I'm Cuban, right? So I'm moving from a Latino place to a Latino place.
Yeah.
Right, because where I'm living, there's, you know, a lot of Mexicans, a lot of. Actually, it's mainly like Mexicans and Okay, I don't want to. All right, it's some type of Asian. I don't want to. I forgot which type of Asian, but you know what I'm saying. But there's a lot of Asians around here.
Like Cambodians?
No, it's. I forgot no. I forgot what it is. It's some type of Asian. I forgot what type of Asian it is.
Filipino?
It's not Filipino. No, not where I'm at. It's not Filipino. It's some Vietnamese. There you go.
Oh, Vietnamese, yes.
It's a lot of Vietnamese people around here. It's Mexican, Vietnamese.
My ex-girl used to live in Cali. She was Mexican and Vietnamese.
Oh yeah, she was both.
Mixed, yeah.
Yeah, that's mainly the people that are here, and
That's crazy.
it's not that different from like where I was because it's a lot of Latinos.
Yeah.
I guess the only difference is like a lot of Asian places and stuff like that, but it's not much of a difference, to be honest. Like, the people are cool. I haven't ran into anybody that's not cool. Everybody seems cool so far.
Yeah.
It's not much of a difference. Same stuff to me. Latino, Vietnamese.
So what would you say?
Honestly, it's a good thing too.
The difference between like a Cuban and a Mexican, like culture-wise.
It depends. Like, if it's like food, Mexicans love their spice. You know what I'm saying? If it comes to food, it's spice. Like, you can tell when something's Mexican. You know what I'm saying? If your mouth starts burning and your ass starts feeling it, it's Mexican. You know what I'm saying? I love it though. I love spicy food. That's the way you can tell. Cubans don't really. It's not really spicy like that. Their food.
Yeah.
They don't really do spice. Cubans. Other than that, I mean, it's very similar. I mean, it's Latinos. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like Mexicans have way bigger families.
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed. Like, my family's not that big. Nikki's.
She probably got 100 motherfuckers in that.
She got 30 cousins, 100 uncles, 100 people that I've met in her family. You know what I'm saying? Family on family on family.
Yeah.
I just got like, my family's very small, so that's a little difference right there between I've noticed with like Mexican and Cuban.
Okay.
Other than that, it's very similar. I mean, it's just Latinos.
Not too much on my family. Okay. Any advice for someone wanting to start in RP? Starting RP, things to look out for, pros and cons.
Like streaming or just playing roleplay?
It's a roleplay.
Like just playing roleplay?
Yeah.
If you're just playing roleplay and you're not streaming, one thing is depends where you roleplay, right? Depends what server. But if you play on a server that has a lot of streamers, you gotta have. I'm gonna be honest. I'm just gonna say it. You gotta have thick skin. Right? I'm just gonna be real, and it happens to everyone. It's happened to me. Happens to Zolo. I'm sure he knows. There's always gonna be people out there that hate you no matter what, talk shit no matter what about your character, about you, no matter what. You could save 100 people, and you'd still have someone hating from the sidelines on RP. So what I'm saying is, if you're role playing, you gotta have thick skin, because if you run into a streamer, or you run into someone and you rob them, or you have a bad interaction, or something happens, there's gonna be a YouTube thread talking shit.
Yeah.
There's going to be, no matter what, right? About you or whoever. And you got to just, the more you do it, the more you'll just get used to it. And it's just how it is. It kind of sucks. I'm not going to lie, the RP community, not this community, but certain people in the RP community, right? And any community, any streamer, it doesn't matter who it is. Especially the bigger you are, the more, there's a lot of toxic people. It's very toxic. I'm not going to lie. And it's just how it is. So just beware that if anything happens between you and a big streamer, there will be a lot of chatters talking shit, and you gotta just ignore it.
Yeah.
Move on past it. Just do your thing. Be you. You know what I'm saying? And
be you. Make content.
Just have fun with it.
Also understand like the levels you're at in your character. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You start like a gang. You can't come through super macho right away. You gotta just relax, kind of, give and take type shit.
Also, one tip I do have though, real quick. One tip I got is make an actual character. And I'm not even saying that like because when people make a character that's close to themselves, or like when someone makes a character that's close to themselves, they'll kind of take things more personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you talk shit to someone that had made a character that's very close to themselves, basically, like, they'll take things more personal. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you always want to make sure you have a character, make them completely different from you.
Yeah.
Completely different from you, chat. Like, different name. Looks nothing like you. You know what I'm saying, chat? Looks nothing like your character.
Chat's fucking as fuck.
No, but I'm not even. It's not even shot to anybody. No, I mean, but listen. Yeah, create a character, bro. Because when you don't create a character and you make him like yourself, you're gonna take things personal. When somebody talks shit to you and calls you a bitch, you're gonna be like, "What the fuck? You just called me a bitch?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, make a character, like an actual character, nothing like you, doesn't even sound like, doesn't speak like you, doesn't act like you, opposite of you, and you'll have a lot more fun, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, that's facts. I definitely would say the same shit. Try to like stray away from you. And chat unloaded clips. We don't know voice change. Yeah, it's like when I play Grant. Like Grant's like really the opposite. So I have fun on Grant, and I won't feel no way. Like I don't give a fuck about Grant. Like in that, so I just have fun with him. Ask him when he's bringing back. Oh yeah, when you bring it back, Mr. Worldwide.
I still gotta make the character, but I haven't even. I mean, it should be easy, but
That's just a
the reason I haven't. I'm gonna be honest. The reason I haven't done it is because one, we have a lot of shit going on. Like we've had like for the past, like since the reset, you know, we've had a lot of things going on. A lot of RP been going on Crim.
Yeah.
So it's been fun. That's the reason I didn't do it. But the reason I kind of stayed away from doing worldwide a little bit, it's just because I kind of like giving my viewers what they want, right?
Yeah.
And I kind of noticed that when I did worldwide, you know, I got way less viewers, less people enjoyed it. So I kind of stopped doing it just because I felt like majority of my viewers didn't want to see that.
Really?
But I still might bring them back though. Maybe do them late night. I feel like, you know how you do cop late night?
Yeah.
I was thinking we could start like doing cop late night. You know, like
Yeah.
whenever we're bored at night, if I want to stream like 1 or 2 hours extra, we just hop on cop and just fucking like fuck around.
Yeah, it's a good it's good, and it's good for like Cop does well on like TikToks and shorts.
No, it does. I don't know why, but it does. Yeah.
Yeah, they do really well on TikToks and shorts. And
yeah,
it's fun just to fuck around. And the shit we do, the shit you can just do on Cop. You're like, why I like Cop when I play Grant, because I'm not like confined to like when I'm playing Zoe, I'm confined to Zoe and like, hey, don't do this or can't do. Like with Grant, it's just like, man, I'm gonna do what the like you just. It's just endless. You just do what the fuck you want when you want. There's no like, you know.
I mean, I've always said this, but I feel like cops. This is one thing. Cops are kind of like admins. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Right, to a point. Like you have so much power. You get what I'm saying? As a cop, you have so much power. You could send people to jail. You can stop someone. You could do this. You could do that. There's so many things you could do as a cop.
Yeah.
So it's a lot more freedom in a sense. Obviously, you know, you still got like higher ups and role play.
Yeah.
But it's a lot more freedom.
And I've been finding good role players. Like, you know, I don't just ping chase. I like to like just pull random people over. And I've been finding like a lot of like good, cool like solo RPers. So I've been having fun. And you know, like I just fuck with them. I don't care to take them to jail or none of that.
Yeah, you meet new people. You meet a lot of new people you don't meet on Crim. Also, you also have like a reason. You get what I'm saying? Like you have a reason to create an interaction.
Yeah.
Sometimes on Crim, it's not hard, but like sometimes on Crim it becomes a little harder because like if you don't have any reason to just
talk to them, yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like you have a reason to stop that person and talk to them and roleplay with them.
Like any single person you see is just content, right? You obviously have your Karens and like, but like when I see someone walk in, I just stop them and do some fuck shit, and then they bounce off. It's always fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can create content out of anything on Cop. It's pretty easy. It's a lot. I mean, it's not pretty, but it's a lot easier than Crim. I'm gonna be honest. Crim sometimes it dries up. There's nothing going on.
Yeah.
You gotta just. Yeah. It's a lot easier.
It's 10 times easier.
Yeah.
I don't terrorize the cubby. All right, bro. I appreciate the interview. Is there anything you kind of wanna, you know, if there's one thing you could like, you know, people who are watching this because it's gonna be on YouTube as well. Like what advice would you give them that maybe want to dive in the streaming world or RP world or just life advice? Could be anything. What's one sentence or kind of one quote you would give them?
I would say be disciplined. Be very disciplined. Whatever you do, make it your routine. So if you do it every day, you're gonna get into routine. Do it at the same time. Be very disciplined. Also, be more positive. There's a lot of negativity in the RP scene. A lot of negative people, negative viewers, people hopping chats, talking shit, people making bad comments, going out of their way. Like, it's not hard to be a good person. So just take more time to be a good person. Just share some love. You know what I'm saying? And whatever you do, give it your 100%, 200%. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Yeah.
W. Client, appreciate you.
There you go.